Hey, Virgo, Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring in your March 2025 monthly reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Virgo, welcome to March. Buckle in. It is a wild month. We have Venus going retrograde. We have Mercury going retrograde mid-month. It is the start of the astrological New Year's, which also coincides with the equinox. And it is eclipse season. So a lot taking place, and it looks like it is affecting you as well. So we'll take a look at all areas of your life, Virgo, including your health, your finances, your abundance and career. We'll look at relationships, partnerships, and matters of the heart. I do see a lot of healing taking place here for you, and there's a lot of completions as well. You have the world. Wow, you actually have three huge major arcanas. You have the world showing up here, you have the tower, and you also have the lovers. But the good news is you only have one reversal in your reading, and that is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords in reverse is saying, this isn't the month to be impulsive, right? When we have retrograde upon us, we don't want to make any rash decisions. If anything, it is a time of reflection and reevaluating. So let's see what is showing up for you in the month of March. Your key themes, Virgo, you have inner child as your first card out here. This is all about the child within. It is about introducing more laughter, more play, more magic into your life. And it feels like there's been a lot going on for you where you haven't been able to tap into this energy as much as you would like. Now, this can also be childhood dreams. It can be working with or dealing with children, maybe your own. You may have a career working with children, but ultimately this is about you finding your joy and your magic in life. And I feel like that's what you're really addressing this season with these retrogrades and eclipse energies taking the forefront. We have the healing card showing up here for you as well. And this is about recovery. Some of you, this is a wonderful month to allow yourself that downtime, maybe even travel for those of you that may be wanting to travel with the world. But I'm also getting with the tower, this is a really wonderful month to go within and ask yourself, what warms my heart? What brings me joy? What makes me laugh? And how can I embrace more of that energy? What do I need to tell myself to start viewing the world through that lens? This is also about closure. And because you have the world here, I feel like this is a month of closure for you. You may have gone through some grief. There may have been loss, but support is here, and there is an emphasis on health. So I'm going to jump into health here since it's showing up first and foremost. When we have three major arcanas, there could be a lot going on for you within your health, maybe even some deep-seated inner child wounds that may have manifested into physical symptoms. So right off the bat, we have the lovers. The lovers can be health issues related to the skin. It can be eyesight or even hearing. So that may be addressed in the month of March. Issues with any parts of the body that come in a pair, right? Such as our eyes, our arms, lungs, ears, kidneys. So you may be rebalancing those energies out in the month of March, getting them looked at and really addressing them. Now, lovers also connects to and speaks of like the connective system, like our veins, our arteries, our nerves. So some of you may even be looking into the vagus nerve You may be looking at somatic therapies as well to help you maybe release some deep-seated trauma, maybe trauma that you don't even realize has been burrowed deep within the subconscious, maybe even the unconscious energy. Now, there might also be communication problems. So that is a big part of this Venus in retrograde. This is also about finding solutions, taking time out to rest and recuperate. There could be illnesses that last a short time here for you as well. But I feel like there also is, excuse me, an emphasis for you, Virgo, on body image or eating disorders, obsessions, maybe even plastic surgery, disasters even. I feel like it's not a good month to get any of those things done, like to the body, massive procedures. But I also feel like it's important for you to work on any issues around your body, okay? The body showing up here. Now, with the Tower showing up in health, the Tower can be a sudden onset of symptoms, such as, confrontations that could bring about mental symptoms. It can be infections or even accidents that come in quickly. Now, some of you, I'm getting like bouts of maybe food poisoning. So be mindful, of course, if you are maybe traveling internationally. I feel like you are taking precaution, of course, but sometimes the Tower can bring about brain issues as well. Migraines, it could be head injuries, things with strokes, and also be aware of blood pressure. Blood pressure can spike when there's an onset of changes. This can also be menopause. If this is showing up for you, I feel like there's an opportunity to work with the emotional reactions that are affecting your health, because this can be emotional energies with the Lovers tethered to this. And then you have the World. So some of you, this is about finding answers or solutions to some of the ongoing health issues, or it can be something that sweeps in quickly, but it's like a 24-hour like flu bug or a bout of an illness here. But I feel like it comes in just as quick or it leaves just as quick. Now, with the World card, this can be melancholy about aging and issues with aging, maybe even stress around burdens or carrying the world problems on your shoulders. Be mindful of that. And I'm just bringing it up here, even though you don't have reversals, but this could be where you are susceptible or prone to manifesting dis-ease in the body, okay? I feel like it's important to understand that any restructuring that is taking place here is happening for your highest good, because we also have the Queen of Cups here and we have the Eight of Wands. So there's a lot of activity. Now, you could even be dealing with other people who are displaying some of these symptoms as well. And I feel like blood pressure again is highlighted. So there could be a spike in blood pressure, or there could be some sort of emotional reaction due to a confrontation for some of you. And maybe that's where the words come in with the Knight of Swords. So a lot of healing taking place on a cellular level is what I'm getting here for you. Now, you can restore your health with the World card. This is about, finding answers. It's completion. It's the end of a major journey. So if you have had an ongoing issue or some symptoms that have kind of wreaked havoc in your body with the Eight of Wands, I feel like you can rebuild. There's a rebuilding. There's a full-on healing taking place here. And with the Lovers, I'm also getting love conquers all, right? Love can heal us on every level. And I feel like it's very important for you to, continue making lifestyle choices that are going to benefit you, not just now, but as you age. And then you have divine guidance. This is angelic support Whenever this shows up, this is a high level of protection, calling in the big dogs, Virgo, calling in Archangel Michael for protection, Archangel Raphael for healing. This is also about answered prayers. And because I'm also getting the lovers, this can denote areas, as I mentioned, of pairs, including the breast. Someone may have had like breast reconstructive surgery or augmentation, or there may have been cancer survivor here. I feel like there's something about, answered prayers around that, and self-love coming in. It almost feels like a big bear hug from Mother Gaia, Mother God coming in here for you. This is spiritual strength, assistance, and miracles. The book A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a change in perspective. And I see that that's kind of what's happening with the Tower. And the Tower doesn't have to be bad. And this is interesting for those of you Virgos that have any Leo in your chart, or if you are dealing with a Leo, you may want to check that reading out as well, because they also received the Tower. But with the surrounding cards, this isn't a bad Tower by any means. This is maybe change that's going on around you, but it actually benefits you in some way. Or this could be a Tower where you are not resisting the change, because this is a Tower that you have set into place because you knew that there was a faulty foundation and you had to address it. Oftentimes the Tower is internal, and it does, yes, impact your outer world, but a lot of times this Tower comes in and it is a destruction of the old structures. You may have even had like a near-death experience or a massive awakening here that has shifted your mindset on life or on love. All right, you have self-love at the bottom of the deck, Virgo. I'm hearing the name Bryce or Bryson. Okay, Bryce or Bryson could be significant. And I'm also getting you will need new shoes. So I don't know if someone is preparing for like a marathon, or maybe you're going on vacation and need some new flip-flops, but there's something about a new pair of shoes. I mean, that could also be symbolic for you've outgrown the journey, right? Because we wear shoes on a journey, and it feels like, and that would be the world as well. It feels like get ready for a new pair of shoes in some way, or a new journey coming in for you. Now, back to the bottom of the deck, you have self-love. This is compassion. This is rest, acceptance, right? I'm getting the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference. You may be saying that serenity prayer. You may be praying more for healing, for divine healing, because the inner child is coming in here, and because we do have a Knight of Swords. Some of you may even have a child, whether they are younger, whether they are older, or adult children, who's going through some sort of Tower moment in their life, or perhaps this is a good Tower for them because there's a completion of sorts. I feel like there's a lot of activity going on at this time, but a lot of healing as well, a lot of healing on a personal level. Now, this is also about self-care. And as I mentioned with the health, I feel like this is a month of, Reiki, getting Reiki done, getting a good massage. Some of you may even be looking at, I don't know, needling. Now, I don't know if this is micro needling or if this is some other sort of needles, maybe ink therapy here, tattoos. But I also feel like it's important to go within and make sure that you are 100% before making any choices, of course. But also it's about rebuilding your own sense of confidence, because the confidence is showing up here on the self-love card. And for those of you that may be struggling with aging issues, with burdens, or looking a bit older, I feel like it's important, of course, that you love yourself. You love the vehicle and the vessel and the body that you are in, but it's also important for you to make choices that can help you out, help you feel better. I'm also getting something around pollutants or toxins. Some of you may live near like a waste plant or like a nuclear like power plant in some way. Maybe you live by an airport where there's a lot of gases emitting. Some of you, if you have headaches or if you've had something with the brain, remember I mentioned that here, if there's been like brain fog, memory loss, there could be something with pollutants. Maybe make sure that you don't have any mold in your home, because I feel like there's something with the toxins externally that could be causing some physical symptoms in the body. All right, please take that as it resonates. Yeah, look at, you have strength right behind it. The strength card is perseverance, overcoming the obstacles, and fitness. So some of you are getting your groove back, right? Stella getting her groove back. And I feel like you are healing, you are overcoming something that you may have even had a procedure done, or there may have been emotional wounds that kind of took you for a little bit of a loop. All right, Virgo, 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is a very fast-paced energy. It can be travel. It can be speedy progress, communication. It can be relocation and movement. However, because of the retrogrades taking place, just be mindful through the busyness. Make sure you set a little bit of time and space in between. Double check documents and timing on passports, things of that nature if you are traveling. I'm also getting just some miscommunication blips here for you, but it's nothing that is going to like make or break is what I'm getting. It's nothing that is going to set you so far out, which you may be saying, well, Mel, are you sure? Because we have the Tower, but the Tower is hugged into the World and the Lovers. So that's what I mean here. It feels like there's a Tower that, yes, it's coming in. It's coming in hot. And it may have to do with this Venus energy. It may have to do with a relationship or a very important partnership here. It may have to do with making a choice, right? A choice that may be difficult, but it could be a choice that benefits you in ways that you never thought possible with that World. It's a graduation, if you will. The World is a completion. And this could also be choices around travel or movements, because the 8 of Wands is also about realigning. And I feel like this is a great month to look at what's working and what's not. That Venus retrograde on the 1st of March really has you reflecting on how you take care of yourself, right? Self-care, self-love. Are you committing your your time and energy to relationships that are flourishing, that are depleting you, that are uplifting, that are draining? So I feel like you are taking this into consideration and you're addressing some of the issues, even if it means that you're speaking up and having some difficult conversations. Because what is required is surrender. In a way, the Tower can be something that we at times hang on to. We hang on to doing things in the old ways, but the old ways are not going to work here for you, Virgo. And that's why you've completed, you're wrapping up. You have the World card showing up here. So when I see the Tower and the World, I really do feel like there's a new beginning here that is finally feeling like you've completed a cycle that's been prolonged, or it's been a very long journey, maybe even delayed gratification at times. Maybe you put something off. And what do we do when we put something off that's truly meant for us? We unintentionally or even intentionally manifest a Tower. But if we embrace the Tower, if we embrace the changes, you can really move forward in your truth, in your purpose, in your divinity. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. You're like, all right, I knew this is coming. I've been waiting for this here. And now it's here. And holy crap, hang on, buckle up. Because, the time is now. And I've been saying this in all of the readings. March and April, there's so many dynamics, so many shifts taking place. So do buckle up. Now we have the Queen of Cups. A lot of you may be healers or looking at healing modalities, trusting in your intuition with this Queen of Cups. She is someone who fosters genuine connections. And if you have a connection in your world that is not genuine, if it is based in some sort of dysfunction, it's collapsing. It is collapsing. And if this is a job, if this is a career, if this is health issues that are dysfunctional, they are collapsing. And this isn't a bad thing. Can it be scary? Absolutely. Can it be challenging to embrace the unknown? 100%. But what I do see here for you is this is about you choosing love, choosing to embrace the energy of love, and knowing that whatever is taking place here for you, Virgo, is in your highest good. She is a lover. She's very compassionate, very nurturing, very intuitive. She's a healer. She's empathic. She could be a psychic, a tarot reader, or in the caring profession. She doesn't want to deal with the drama because she's already dealt with it in the past, right? She's also taken things too personally at times. She may have been a people pleaser, a recovering people pleaser, and she's learned how to fill her own cup, because when she fills her own cup, there's overflow. And that's what you've been working on. That's what you have been healing or being guided to heal at this time. And then we have here the Knight of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse is rash decisions and miscommunication. That is the opposite of what we want to do in the month of March. So this is a reminder, because we start off with this busy energy. I feel like things could be taken out of context. Things could be missed. Documents could be passed up or looked over here. Bills could go unpaid if we let them pile up and don't focus on them. So be mindful of timing. Try to, ask for help if you feel like you have a lot going on. And with this Knight of Swords as well, if this has to do with a young child in your life, they could be feeling quite hasty, but I'm getting love and logic. I think that's also a book. Parenting through love and logic could be something worth looking into here if you are struggling with a child. And I'm also getting like a rebuild happening here between you and someone that does weigh heavily on your heart. And sometimes we have to let them go their own path. Whatever or whomever this may be for you, Knight of Swords, if someone else is trying to push you or rush you into making a decision, that should be a red flag right there, where your radar, your intuitive radar system here, Queen of Cups, that goes out, and that should be an instant no. Right? If someone is pushing you, saying you have to make this decision in 24 hours or else, right? If they're trying to give you an ultimatum and it's never been talked about before or never been discussed, I understand that certain things need deadlines, but if people truly want to collaborate and they want to heal, or they want you to be a part of their team or their organization, they're going to respect your boundaries, your time and your space, and give you the time that you need to come up with a good decision that's not going to be rushed. Okay. Now let's look at finances, abundance, money. Oh my goodness. Are you guys health practitioners out there? Because you also have the health card. I feel like some of you are either looking into Reiki, you're looking into massage, or the medical industry, nutritional health. Some solutions that need resolution will be resolved and healed. It says consider careers in the medical field, such as massage, therapy, or any healing work, because this is a high emphasis here. And I also see soul, tribe, and team right behind it. So some of you could even be connecting with other like-minded individuals, maybe even taking a class or joining a community of people. There could even be something that all of you are wanting to do at work. Maybe there is a bit of a competition at work to meet some healthy goals. If you are a business owner, I feel like it's important for you to maybe teach or emphasize mental, physical, emotional, and maybe even spiritual or financial health in some way. It's time to replenish your energy and fully energize to prepare for what's next. Here you are showing up in the Eight of Wands as highly energized. But you know what else is interesting? I'm seeing this connection. You have the Eight of Wands, which is the tornado, right? And you actually have on the tower, it almost looks like the tower is built in kind of a tornado presence, but it feels like something is settled, like the dust has settled here. The 16th of March could be significant. And actually, I think it's the 15th into the 16th is when Mercury goes retrograde. So it feels like you are preparing for something here. Some of you are closing on a house as well. You're either closing on a house or there is some sort of like wrapping up, tying up loose ends before you move on. Yeah, you want to make sure you do tie up loose ends. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back and repeat something. And you don't want to do that like while you're on vacation or, while you're moved into a new home. Maybe you've already traveled and moved or whatever it may be. And then you'd have to come back and do something. So just make sure that you're tying up loose ends now. Health may have been affected in your career, like mental health. Some of you have taken on a lot and it's become very stressful. You may be contemplating, moving in a new direction, right? A new journey. Time to get some new walking shoes because you are moving towards something that aligns with your heart and your soul more. You have business. It says, do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You got this. This could be for you business owners out there, or perhaps you are in the corporate world. Consider executive positions, becoming a CEO of maybe your own company, or, stepping out into the corporate world in some way. Maybe stepping out of it. Maybe some of you are retiring with that world. And you're leaving with a bang, right? You're like, I'm going to go focus on what I love here. I've had enough of this. Elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results. I will say this, if you are a business owner, you are restructuring here. There's maybe a lot of activity, a lot of movement for you, Virgo, but I feel like you've completed the first level or the first phase. It's time to think bigger. It may even be time to call in people to help you out at this time. That's what the Lovers could be, is bringing in help. People who have the skills that maybe you lack, or could bring about a good support system here with the Lovers. A very solid, important partnership. You have Money Manager. This card could indicate your career or finances could take a giant leap forward. Yes, and that certainly looks favorable here for you when it comes to a restructuring taking place. Some of you are even using some new systems to work smarter, not harder. Maybe you're looking at new technological systems here, or you could be working with AI. You may have a new computerized system that helps you get more organized. You could be using some apps to help you manage your money. This could be a career in money management, banking, accounting, or anything in finance. I'm also getting some of you are connecting to a financial advisor to wrap things up. Okay, maybe this is taxes. This could be looking at your accounts, your 401ks, your S&P 500s. I feel like you're looking at finances here and you could be making some adjustments. And then lastly, you have the designer. This is beautiful, Virgo. Some of you are artistic in the way of like interior design. You could even be redesigning the inside of your home. Some of you could be building a home office, or you may even have a career in fashion or some sort of artistic career here. Getting creative with your finances. Perhaps it's time to discover a new talent. You are being called at this time to tune into your individuality and express your true soul self. That's the Queen of Cups. That's the Lovers. This is about you being able to tap into that energy here. And some of you could even be writing things out. Maybe creating a vision board at this time would be very beneficial as we kick off the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere, the fall equinox in the southern. And it is a time of seasonal change and transformation. So you are redesigning. I always like to add all the REs in front of everything when we have retrograde, especially two big ones like Mercury and Venus. And this is about you redesigning your life with that Tower here. Redesigning your career, how you bring in career, how you view the world of finances, how you view money. There's a lot shifting here for you, and I feel like it is a shift for the better. Now, there's the creative card here as well. So there may be a light bulb moment that goes off for you in the month of March, Virgo. This could be a creative idea that you have, but I feel like it's exciting. I feel like it is exciting here, and you may have a huge decision to make. All right. And some of those decisions may not be as obvious because you have the door that looks red, but it almost feels like red flags are there to warn you. Okay. So it's interesting because this is the one that's highlighted and you may feel pulled in that direction, but it may be that it's pulling you because it's a big old red flag, right? And there may be some other opportunities here for you to explore. Next, you have right direction. Because you have the Queen of Cups, I feel like you are trusting your heart, and the Lovers here, you're trusting your heart, you're trusting your intuition. I feel like you're making a choice from the heart, and then you're letting the brain kind of help you out. And that's important because the Knight of Swords is the mind, but it's important for you to make sure that the heart and the head are aligning. They're both on the same page, and that could take a minute. That could take a minute for the brain to kind of catch up and say, okay, well, I guess we're going in this direction once you've made that original choice. And we do have maybe a performance evaluation taking place for you this month as well. Maybe there's an interview process coming in. Someone may be addressing some issues at work. This could also be you taking a look at your analytics, okay? Some of you looking at your analytics here, or, if you're feeling happy, this could even be you addressing your own life. On a piece of paper, you see that there's a red face that looks very disheartened, right? He looks very upset. And then you have the green, right? The green flag and the red flag. So you're addressing how you are feeling, how you are, responding to some of the changes that are coming in. And so I do feel like there is a huge evaluation period taking place for you over the course of March and April. All right, so for timing here, we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. So Gemini is May, and June could be significant here. We have Aries showing up with the Tower, and this has been coming up for a few different signs here. So we roll into Aries season around the 20th, 21st or so of March, and then we have the World, Capricorn energy. So I do feel like you are going through these changes. You've been going through them, but it feels like there's a restructuring happening here in Aries season, and then things really come together by Gemini season, and maybe throughout the year hitting Capricorn at the end of the year, it feels like all hats off. Like this is the year of graduation. It's also a 9 year, and 9 is about graduating in a sense. It's completions and accomplishments and being of service to the greater good. So we can roll into 2026 in a brand new 1 year, where the rest of the 9 years are set up. So I'm really excited personally and globally for 2026. I think there's going to be a lot of really wonderful changes. All right, let's look at love. All right, love isn't looking too bad here because you do have the Lovers card. Some of you are getting married. All right, some of you are getting married. There's unconditional love here. This could also be, unconditional love to me is like the cosmic heart. And it's the type of love that you feel for, pets and babies and, the cosmic energies, because we as humans put conditions around love, don't we? We tend to. This is about reciprocity, giving and receiving, fairness, and affection returned. So there are some kisses going on here. And so if you are getting married, I do feel like there's a restructuring of the foundational system, right? That happens when you get married. Now, for those of you that may be single, I feel like you may not be single for long. Maybe Gemini season rolls in and you call in someone who you do spend the rest of your life with. This could be a very strong partnership. But for others of you, you're like, Mel, I'm not really focused on dating. I'm focused on my self-care. But you are evolving. You are growing. You are stepping into the next phase of your life here. And you may even be healing the inner child. Look at, you have that coming up here. You may be taking a look at releasing the past at this time. And yes, love may not be first centered, but it's going to be on March 1st when Venus retrogrades here. I feel like love is something that's going to come up for you, and you're going to say, all right, what do I need to heal? Is this something buried deep in inner child wounds? And you may be deciding to get back out there, meet someone new, maybe dating online. There could even be an anniversary coming up for you. And then we have here key on a ring. The key on a ring talks about options, having options. And because the Lovers card is here as well, which can be a choice to make. Some of you, if you feel like you've been strung along, or if there's been a relationship that has just kind of been stringing along and maybe it's been very unconventional. It says one night stand, but what I'm getting here is like one night of maybe intimacy a year. It feels like you may be deciding to roll in a new direction. It may be a difficult choice to make. It may restructure the foundation of family origins for you, such as maybe getting a divorce. But I feel like it's been a long time coming. And this could be the month where you really address it. And it feels like someone may respond in hurtful words with that Knight of Swords. Okay, someone may say, well, let's not rush into this. Let's not be impulsive. And I don't feel like you are, but I feel like you are addressing some of the foundational dysfunctions that have been occurring here. And then I do see by Gemini season, choices will be made that are for the highest good of all. All right, last but not least, you have the vision. The vision, and that's interesting because you also have the owls showing up there on the vision. And the owls are very, very wise, right? This is the dream, the imagined, the revealed. Eclipse season here, you see the white and the dark, right? The shadow and the light. And then you see the rainbow of colors in between. There's a whole lot of beautiful imagery and symbology here as well. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny toward which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. I call this spiritual amnesia, right? We don't always remember our past lives because how confusing would that be? It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through the doors into wondrous opportunities. I about just started to rap out as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Is that Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise? I about just busted out in Gangsta's Paradise, y'all. It says here, we walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with visions. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery. Bring back the dreams. You can gauge how connected you are to your vision by how tired you are. Since the vision feeds us energy, it affects our life force and vitality. Look at art you loved when you were young. Listen to old records and poems when you were younger. What did you like? These are all ways to activate the vision. That makes a lot of sense with the inner child showing up here. This is a little bit of a walk down memory lane. If this is the light aspect here, for those of you that are embracing the lighter side of the vision, it is potent imagination, synchronicity, and trust. When it's showing up as the shadow, it's disconnected from art and dreams. It can be listless or aimless. If you want to go deeper, check out Twin Peaks by David Lynch or The Dream by Frida Kahlo. Beautiful energies here for you. So that is what I have, Virgo, for your March 2025. A lot of intense energies for you this month, but I feel whatever reconstructing energy that is taking place is actually for your highest good, to put on those shoes, right? Those boots are made for walking, and I feel like you are walking towards a new destiny, a new path here. So stay open to the vision. And for those of you that haven't connected to the new Soul Saturday sessions where I communicate with you face to face, and I'm also doing a new thing where I'll be pulling some of your questions, whether these are personal, whether they are global, I'll be pulling some of those questions and answering them in future collective readings. So I'll link the collective playlist. If you haven't already caught the last two, check them out. They're really incredible channeled messages. And if you haven't hit that subscribe and bell button, please do. And of course, like the video if it resonates. Thank you so much for tuning in, Virgo. Lots of love.